Father, Mother God, lift my vision beyond duality and seeming opposite to that sacred vision of your one and indivisible self. This is because all of life forms are a reflection of you. Hour of awakening and empowerment. Hour of awakening, hour of empowerment. Coming your way from Ethereum Mission International, the Church for Spiritual Empowerment, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment. Yeah. Now it is the Center for Spiritual Empowerment. We come your way every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 p.m. British Summer Time, and that will be 7 p.m. GMT till 8 p.m. GMT, and that will be 9 p.m. British Summer Time, with messages that is geared towards empowering ourselves to our true self. That is all. We've been running this for about 4 years now. Yes, 4 years. It's been a very beautiful journey, especially for the very ones who have been with us throughout the journey, even when in a similar situation like, say, the coronavirus, we were doing some playbacks. Even the playbacks sounds as original as a live edition of the show. Today, we have a young man, a gentleman, an amazing young man, doing so wonderful with the teachings that he comes our way with. He's stepping in to give us a very beautiful message. I've looked at the topic and it sounds very interesting, and I'm just yearning to hear so much as to what he has for us. So without much ado, let's welcome Ken Harold Amarquaye and hear him talk to us about his master topic, wake up to the lasting peace. Hello, Ken. Hello, Ken. Well, now, in that case, I will just, now that I know Ken is on the line, I'll just welcome Ken, and then I am simply going to hand over to Ken, and then he takes over right away from Ghana. So over to you, Ken. You can certainly start right away from Ghana.
Hello, Papa Smiley.
Well, now, in that case, I will just, now that I know Ken is on the line, I'll just welcome Ken, and then I am simply going to hand over to Ken, and then he takes over right away from Ghana. So, over to you, Ken. You can certainly start right away from Ghana.
Thank you, Papa Smiley, and welcome to Ethereum Mission. I welcome you to Ethereum Mission, the Church for Spiritual Empowerment. Our vision is that of a unified world in which everyone is a catalyst that is activating and promoting the innate good in one another. Please join us to raise such a consciousness. Imagine a world in which the good that I am invites the good that you are, and also the good that you are invites the good that I am. Imagine what world that would be. It would be a world of joy, a world of love, a world of peace. And that is the kind of world that I am inviting you into. This is a beautiful world, and I invite you to join me as we journey in this world. Ethereum Mission in Ghana is located on the General Ankara Highway next to the Goyle Filling Station at Sakaman, Accra. The phone numbers are 0264 177 633 and 0548 177 633. They are also our WhatsApp numbers. So if you want to be on any of our WhatsApp platforms, you can just contact us that you want to join, and you would be added onto the platform to receive daily and weekly lessons from us. These numbers are also our mobile money numbers. So if this message is beneficial to you and you want to contribute to grow this consciousness, you can also support by sending your contributions to the numbers mentioned. Also in Ghana, our Takoradi branch is located on the Daves Street in the Anaj Estate, and the telephone number is 0561 166-330. And if you are in Kumasi, you can also worship with us at the Derba Court Hotel behind Dr. Badu in Adiembra, and the contact number is 0561-166-331. If you are in the UK, we have a branch at 58 Courage Park Avenue in Mitcham, Surrey. The postcode is CR42DJ, and the phone number is 0208-646-6129. God bless you, and welcome once again to the Hour of Empowerment. Our topic for today is Wake Up to the Call for Lasting Peace. Wake up to the call for lasting peace. And before I start or I dive into today's topic, I would want to trust that we are all keeping safe as God and as creative, loving, intelligent God beings. We are exhibiting this intelligence of us by keeping safe, staying true to the protocols of social distancing, keeping good hygiene, eating good food, keeping your health upright, and financial and physiological development that we've been through. So I trust that we are all keeping safe and keeping good health. Now, one would ask, wake up to the call for lasting peace. Where does peace come into play, especially in this time where there's uncertainty everywhere? Fear is engulfing the hearts and mind of almost all of humanity. Countries are not sure what is going to happen to them. Citizens of countries are also being advised to stay at home, not to move out. Everyone is not sure what is happening. I believe that this is the time that such a message should come to us, a message for lasting peace. This topic, I believe, is similar to one I have shared before on this same platform on peace. But I believe that in this time that the whole world is troubled because of the uncertainties that this coronavirus presents to us, I believe that this is the time that we need such a topic to remind us of the peace that indwells us. We cannot achieve peace externally when we have not grounded ourselves in the peace that comes from within, when we have not developed, when we are not living, when we are not manifesting the internal or the inner peace that is within us. We cannot manifest external peace. So we need peace internally and not externally. And it is only in achieving this inner peace that you are able to exude this peace externally to touch all of life. Hence the topic, waking up to the call for lasting peace. Whatever you do in life that enhances your life in general is peace. So whatever you do in your physical life that enhances your physical life gives you peace in your physical world. Whatever you do in your social life that enhances your social life gives you peace in your social world. And for the other three areas of your life, whatever you do generally in these areas that gives you peace in those areas would give you peace in effect in your financial, in your social, in your psychological, and in your spiritual life. So you are a complete marvel by yourself. You do not need any external force to affirm or to confirm your uniqueness. You, as an individual entity, you are a complete marvel by yourself. And you can do it only by yourself. No one else on this planet can do it like you. No one else can do it like you. You do it like no other. You do it like you because you are unique. and you are different. Just as someone else is also different from you, you are also unique in your own way. And you alone can do it like yourself. So inner peace is born when you know your worth and you live as such. You can only live or manifest inner peace when you know your worth, when you know your uniqueness, when you know your value. And you don't just know your value, you live in the knowledge of that value. You live in the knowledge of that uniqueness. You live in the knowledge of that worth. That is when inner peace is born in your life. So when we talk of fear, when we talk of anger, when we talk of these negative emotions, name them: fear, anger, jealousy, envy, all of them, these are as a result of the loss of the sense of uniqueness. When you no longer see yourself as that unique person, when you no longer, or when you have lost your way and you do not see yourself as that unique creation of God, when you do not know your worth, when you do not know your value, that is when fear, that is when anger, that is when all these negative emotions set in. And in this time, especially where this coronavirus is everywhere, this is the time where you need to dwell more on your uniqueness, because it is only in your uniqueness that you will find lasting peace. And you need lasting peace to even have the clarity of mind to even think. You need that lasting peace to have the foresight to know the next step to take. So you need lasting peace in all the 5 areas of your life, so much in this time, in this period. The economy of Japan, that is the 3rd largest economy in the world, is running into recession. So if the 3rd largest economy in the world is running into recession, what about the economies of Africa? This news alone can drive someone into a state of fear. This news alone can drive someone into a state of frustration. But that is not what we have to delve, or that is not what we should focus our minds on. Wherever you pass, you may hear one negative news or the other. Why don't you focus on your uniqueness? Why don't you focus on your worth? Why don't you focus on your value and allow that value to sink so deep in your soul that it provides the cushion to what? Move you into the state or the next state you're supposed to go to. It is only your uniqueness that will lead you, and that will give you that lasting peace, that will even allow you to think, to go to work, have the peace of mind to work, have the peace of mind to bring up more opportunities, that will bring up more inventions and innovations, because this is the same time where inventions and innovations are coming out. So this time also presents a time for opportunity. It presents a time for creativity. It presents a time for intelligence. It presents a time for love. Why don't you focus on these? How do you focus on these if you are always troubled? And the way to run out of this troubled energy is to what? Is to live in your uniqueness. That is the only way that you are guaranteed lasting peace within your soul. So this period of COVID-19 presents a need for peace in all the 5 areas of our lives: your physical, your spiritual, your social, financial, and your psychological life. And the only way you can achieve this peace is when you are grounded in your uniqueness. I call something the labyrinth of growth. The labyrinth of growth. As a child, you are trying to shape yourself as a child growing up. You are trying to shape yourself to satisfy the expectations of your parents or your siblings. You know, as a child growing up, maybe you are, let's say, 5 in a family. Maybe your mother was a banker, or your mother was a pharmacist, your father was a politician or whatever. So they had expectations for every child of theirs. Maybe they had expectations that you would be a medical doctor one day, or they had the expectation that you'd be something. So because they have been driving and continuously telling you what they think you should be or what they expect from you, you begin to lose the mind of your own, and you begin to take, or you begin to shape your life and think in the way that maybe your parents, that maybe your friends, that maybe your siblings think. So as a child growing up, you no longer have your own mind, but you are shaping your life to satisfy the expectations of your parents or your siblings or whoever. Then you became an adult. And as an adult also, your desire was what? To be accepted. You wanted to feel a sense of belonging. So in order to feel accepted, in order to feel a sense of belonging, you had to be, or you had to coerce or force yourself to be something other than your true self. Just so you could feel accepted, just so you could feel a sense of belonging. You sought to meet the expected standards of your friends, your mates, your colleagues, your workmates, your classmates. All the people around you were influencing you, telling you what they think you should be or what they feel you should be. So right from childhood, you were shaping your life according to your parents, your siblings. Now you became an adult. You started work. Maybe you joined a club. You joined a gym. You had some friends that you roll with in town to entertain yourselves. All these people were telling you what they think you should be. They were telling you or putting their expectations that they feel you should satisfy. And that is what you were living your life by, because you wanted to feel accepted. You wanted to feel or have a sense of belonging. So thinking that persona, thinking that person that you have now become, that is not you, but that is the person that is carrying the expectations of every other person around you. You think, or you thought that person or that persona will be respected, will be admired, will be accepted. So that is what you want to be. Running that whole persona from childhood till now, today you have become a person of many personalities. Like it is said, a jack of all trades is a master of none. So now you are carrying the personalities of your mother, your father, your siblings, your friends, your colleagues at work, your gym mates, your social friends, all of these things. So you do not have a personality of your own. You do not have your unique personality. You do not have a personality that when it's seen, we can say, okay, that is Joshua going. I know that it is only Joshua, it is only David, it is only Elsie that will do this. So you are no longer noted for something. You are noted to satisfy everyone. You are now carrying a personality of almost everybody around you. And you begin to lose yourself by doing this. You begin to lose yourself. You begin to lose your uniqueness. And remember, the moment you lose that uniqueness, the moment you lose that value, you cannot have lasting peace. You cannot have lasting peace within yourself, within your soul. And if you do not have lasting peace within your soul, you cannot exude that peace to the outside world. And in this time of coronavirus, this is the time that we need the huge exudation of peace from individuals to create a huge force of field that can engulf, that can cover, that can influence this huge fear, this huge uncertainty, this huge doubt that is clouding all of humanity. That is why it is very important that we as God beings, we wake up to that uniqueness, we wake up to our divine self, we wake up to our divine potential, so that when we live and manifest from that divine potential, we can exude that peace that the world needs right now. It is worth emulating other people. It is worth emulating other people that you believe are displaying or expressing some good attributes. It is worth emulating. But you do not emulate other people and put yourself aside. Whatever emulation, whatever attribute or whatever virtue you decide to make your own, you have to make that virtue your own, carrying your uniqueness along. You do not leave your uniqueness aside and carry the attributes of someone else. The moment you do that, you are no longer living your life, you are living the life of another. And in living the life of another, you cannot have lasting peace. You know why? Because you are beginning to what? Contradict, or you are conflicting the inner self that is within with what is coming out. Like it is said, garbage in, garbage out. So if you begin to copy or emulate someone else's attribute and you leave your uniqueness aside without developing or growing that attribute alongside your uniqueness, then it means the uniqueness within you gets trapped inside. And at every point in time, this uniqueness is seeking to come out, is seeking to express, is seeking to manifest. But you are not allowing it to manifest because you have carried the attributes of another, thinking that that is what will make you become accepted in life. So you realize that there is a battle within and without. And the moment there's a battle within and without, there cannot be peace. You cannot have lasting peace or inner peace within you, because what is within you is seeking to come out and is not having the way or the opportunity to come out. Why? Because you have taken on another person's life as your life and living that life. So there will constantly be battle inside of you, and that battle would not allow you to what? To manifest, to express that lasting peace that is needed more than ever in this time or in this period that we are in. So yes, it is good to emulate other people's attributes, but you do that carrying your uniqueness along with it. Acting as if or out you take of the negative competition and from selfishness into wholeness. When you act as or in line with your uniqueness, when you act in line with your worth, or when you act knowing or in the knowledge of your value or your worth or your uniqueness, you know what happens? It takes you out of negative competition. It takes you out of envy. It takes you out of jealousy and grounds or lands you in a state of self-wholeness. And it is only in that state for self-wholeness that you can what? Exude that inner peace that you have to exude to engulf the whole of humanity, to set humanity onto the right path of what? Creativity, of love, and of intelligence. So do not be deceived. In the journey towards lasting peace, your uniqueness is key. Your value is key. Your worth is key. Without these ingredients, you cannot have lasting peace. So in your individuality are the gifts that can enhance life. In your individuality, that means in the celebration of your uniqueness are the gifts that can enhance life. So when you want to know what you can do to enhance life, what you first have to be certain of is, am I operating in my uniqueness? Am I operating within my value? Am I operating knowing my value, knowing my worth? For example, we go to a singing competition. It will be assumed that all the people coming to the singing competition to vie for that crown know how to sing. So what differentiates one person from the other? It is what? It is your uniqueness. That will be the only thing that will differentiate 10 musicians from the other. Because coming to the competition or coming to the program, it is assumed that you believe within your soul that you can sing and sing very well. That is why you want to come and vie for that crown or for that position. So what will differentiate you from the next musician or the next singer? It is that single uniqueness, and that is what judges look out for in competitions. And that is what you have to what? Identify and live and express that uniqueness. It is only living in that uniqueness that you can find that lasting peace. So today I am calling you to wake up. Wake up to that lasting peace that is within, that we are all yearning for in this time. Wake up. The world is covered with fear. There's fear everywhere. But there's no fear within me. You know why? Because I am operating in that uniqueness. So I know my value, I know my God value, I know my God potential, and I am operating in that God potential, and that is what I am calling you into. That is the kind of energy I am calling you to express, so that when you express from this energy, you begin to also exude that peace, that lasting peace that the world needs. So yes, there may be fear, there may be uncertainty and all of that. But that uncertainty, that fear is the opportunity, is the call for you to wake up to the inner peace that is seeking to express. And how will that peace express? Only when you have and you are living in your uniqueness. So beloved, it is the uniqueness that you need to seek and find. And when you find it, don't throw it away. Live in that uniqueness. Live in that uniqueness, knowing that I am a love being, I am a giver, I am the creative energy or the creative manifestation of God. How are you expressing that creativity? How is this period presenting creative opportunities for you to express that creativity that you are? This period has given opportunity for people to come up with what? Ventilators. Because ventilators are very key needs by the hospitals in this period. People have come up with several creative ways. We are always advised to what? To carry our hand sanitizers along wherever we go to. We are advised to wash our hand under running water with soap. I was watching the news last time, and some children in the high school, some students in the high school have come up with a machine that allows you to wash your hands with soap without even touching that machine. So you go there and there are sensors there, and they can sense that there's a pair of hands under, and then the water automatically flows. Then some liquid soap is also added. You wash your hands. The moment you remove your hand from under the sensors, then the water flow stops. That is creativity in action. And that creativity or that invention came as a result of what? This period that we are in. And there are several other examples. There are several other natural occurrences that are now happening as a result of this period. So yes, you may listen to the news and see that yes, every day our numbers of positive cases of this COVID-19 may be rising. But what do you choose to focus on? Wake up to the call for inner lasting peace. Wake up now. So how do we practice peace? I have spoken about peace. I have spoken about identifying your uniqueness, and in identifying and living in that uniqueness, you can then exude the peace that you will be manifesting within your soul. How do you practice peace? When I speak of practicing peace, then that should bring you to a point that peace involves a doing. Peace involves a doing. You have to do something. And in doing that, you what? You practice peace. It is a practice for you. So the first thing that I have spoken about, which I'd want to come and hammer on, is that to find peace, you need to retrace your steps to what you are. You have to embrace your uniqueness. That is the first single step that you have to take. Embracing your uniqueness. So what is your uniqueness? Identify your uniqueness. Identify how different you are from your parents, from your siblings, from your teachers, from all the people that you have lived with or that you have associated with from childhood. Identify how different, how unique you are. You may be short, they may be tall. You may be fair-colored, they may be dark-skinned. You may have a larger nose, they may have a tinier and a pointed nose. Your head may be bigger than theirs. Identify the differences. Identify how different you are from all those that you have associated with. So, and then when you identify this, you can write them down. You know, in practicing peace, you have to what? You have to make the step. You have to take the action. How do you take the action? You have to do something. So write down all the differences that there are between you, your parents, your friends, your teachers, all the people that you have associated yourself with. So maybe from childhood, how different were you from your classmates, your teachers, your parents, your siblings? When you started work, your workmates, your work colleagues. When you joined that club, your club friends. When you joined that gym, your gym mates. Identify and write them. I am different. I am tall. They are not. I am short. They are not. I am fair. They are dark-skinned. I have a huge palm. They have tiny palms. Identify or flatter palms. Identify all these unique differences. Then what do you do next? Observe your thoughts, your thinking, and identify the things you do or the thoughts you have that are as a result of other people's suggestions. Like I said before, whilst growing up, you have tried to shape your life according to what? To the expectations of your parents. So it gets to a point that even the thoughts that you have are not your own thoughts. They are not your own thinking. They are not your own emotions. Now, after having written all these differences, now observe. You wake up in the morning, observe your thoughts. Observe your thinking and identify the thoughts that are not in resonance with your own self. Identify the thoughts that are as a result of what? Of the suggestions or the expectations or of the thinkings of other people. Identify all these thoughts and put them down. Take note of them. And then ask yourself, what do I do like somebody else? Maybe once growing up, you used to walk in a certain way and your friends laughed at you. So you decided to walk in another way just so your friends do not laugh at you, just so you feel belonging. Because every time they laughed at you, you felt like an outcast. You felt like you had no friends. You felt like nobody liked you. So in order to gain the likes or the affection or the friendship of these other people, you decided to walk in another way. But walking in another way also poses a challenge to you because it begins to make your knees and your toes hurt. Because bear in mind, the way you were walking from the beginning, from childhood, is in resonance with your physique or with the way your body is made up of. So the moment you begin to change just to satisfy another person, now it poses a challenge to the physique of your body. So now ask yourself, what are some of the things that I do that are like somebody else, that is not like me, That is not what I would have done if I were to be thinking in my own thoughts. If I were to be having my own individual, unique thoughts, what are some of the things that I would have done that I am not doing, and I'm rather doing it like someone else? Ask yourself this. Probe yourself. Ask yourself. And when you ask yourself, do not just ask yourself and be in a hurry to leave. No, sit and listen in the silence for what? Responses and for answers to come. What do I do that is like someone else? What are we trying to do here? We are trying to what? Identify our uniqueness. We are trying to come to the realization of some of the things that we are doing, or some of the thoughts we are having that is not our thoughts. So that when we are able to identify these, then we'll now ask ourselves, what would King do it like? How would King do it like? If these thoughts are not those of kings, what thoughts are the thoughts of King? So that we can now come to what? The thoughts that are of King. The actions or the way that King will do it like, that no one else will do it like that. In that way, you can now identify and know your uniqueness. I do it like this. So that when we identify that uniqueness, we know, okay, that is King going. King can do it this way. No one else will do it this way. So you are noted for something. So you ask yourself, what do I do like someone else? And then when you have identified a lot of some of these things that you do, that is not from your own self, but that is from someone else's suggestion, then you now probe further and ask, how do I do them like me? Or how do I choose to do them like me? I want to be the one owning these thoughts. I want to be the one owning these actions. How do I do them like me? Or how do I choose to do them like me? Now you ask yourself this question. Probe yourself several times. You wake up in the morning after going through all your morning probes, your morning meditations and all of that, your morning exercises. You just sit down, maybe 5 to 15 minutes, asking yourself these questions. Probing yourself. Asking yourself. And sitting in the silence, listening for responses and answers to come. And then when they come, you take note of these so that you do not forget. That means you are what? You are now in the practice of peace. Because you are in the practice of what? Identifying your uniqueness. And when you identify that uniqueness and you live in the knowledge of that uniqueness, the inner world is now in resonance with what? The outer world. And there's no longer a battle between the in and the out. And so whatever inner peace you feel within, you begin to what? Exude that inner peace to the outside world. And imagine a world where all of us are exuding the inner peace that we feel within our souls. This world would be a beautiful world. This world would be a world where peace would be reigning. And even in this period of this pandemic, which we are calling the COVID-19, that would not shaking our what? Our knowledge and our grounds in the peace. Because you know what? That peace is not what? Built or grounded on external things. That peace is grounded on your uniqueness that comes from within. So that peace is unshaken. Even in the face of seeming challenges, even in the face of death, even in the face of disease, even in the face of fear, even in the face of uncertainties, that inner peace you have is unshaken, because that peace is grounded on your uniqueness. And that uniqueness, you cannot lose that uniqueness in the midst of any challenge, because it is that uniqueness, it's what makes you who you are. So you might as well be out of life if you lose that uniqueness. Meaning you cannot lose that uniqueness. So if your peace, your inner peace that you have is what? Firmly grounded on your uniqueness, it becomes lasting peace. Many of us feel that we are in a state of peace. But that peace that we have is not grounded on our uniqueness. So that peace cannot be described as a lasting peace. That is why my topic was the waking up to the call for what? Lasting peace. So we are not just having peace, but we are having peace that is lasting, that is standing the test of time. You see, this coronavirus period has come to even test that peace that we claim we are what? Manifesting. That peace that we claim we are exhibiting or expressing, this peace or this period of this COVID-19 is testing that peace. And many of us are failing that test. Why? Because that peace that we feel we are expressing is not grounded firmly on our uniqueness. It's grounded on the externalities. It's grounded on external things. And that peace cannot be lasting, or that peace cannot prevail in this trouble or in this time of COVID-19, because it is not grounded on what? On your uniqueness. It is only your uniqueness that will stand the test of time. So, brethren, wake up. Wake up to this call for lasting peace. So that when we all wake up to this call for lasting peace, then we what? We diffuse this energy of fear that is engulfing all of humanity as we speak. Wake up so that together we can what? We can free humanity from the shackles of what? Uncertainty, from the shackles of what? Fear, from the shackles of not knowing what is coming next. We know what is coming next. We know what is coming next. You know why? Because life moves ahead of us, supplying all our needs even before we ask of them. Before you came to this earth, the air was there. You didn't come and now pray for oxygen to come into your nose. No. You didn't come and now pray for the sun to shine. No. You didn't come and now ask God that, where is the earth for me to walk on? Where is the earth for me to build my house? No, all these things are here. Which means life knows what you need. So fear and uncertainty shouldn't be your focus. Your focus should be, how do I continuously express my uniqueness? How do I continuously exude that peace person, that peace energy that I'm feeling within my soul? How do I exude it to life? So that my brother next door, who is what? Who is wallowing in fear, can also what? Can also feel that peace I'm feeling within me. And then together, we what? We spread this energy of peace to all of humanity. That is the world that this topic is inviting you to. That is why my topic is waking up to the call for lasting peace. So when you are truly you, after going through all these activities, after identifying what you do, that is what, as a result of someone else's suggestion, and then probing, asking yourself, taking down these points of all the things that you do that are as a result of other people's suggestions, things that you do that is not like the real you. And then, how do you do it like me? How do you do it like the real you? After having going through all this, taking them down, read them to yourself. Read what you are, the real you, to yourself. Let your mind know. Let your logical mind be filled with what you are, the real you. And then when your logical mind accepts and believes that, no, this is me. I am this loving person. I am this generous person. I am this giver spirit. I am this creative spirit. I am this intelligent spirit. When your logical mind now accepts this and has evidences, you know why the logical mind will accept this? Because you are what? Exhibiting these attributes. So when the logical mind hears you telling it that this is what I am, and then the logical mind sees and experiences that what you say you are doing it. The logical mind now accepts that indeed what king used to be is not the true king. This is the real David. This is the real king. This is the real Elsie. The real Elsie is the loving spirit of God. The real David is the joyous spirit of God. The real Ermintrude is the wise spirit of God. When the logical mind now accepts this, then what? Then your life now becomes a life of creativity. And when your life now becomes a life of creativity, you are no longer living a lie. So there is no battle within you. So you are at peace with yourself. Because you know that you are what? Living in that uniqueness, that is the real you. And when this happens, now all of life is filled with that peace that you continue to exude. So when you are truly you are a God. When you are living in your divine self and your divine uniqueness, whatever you say should be, becomes. Whatever you speak becomes a law on life, because you are now a God. So you possess that peace that passes all of human understanding. You possess that peace that passes human understanding. And you know why that peace passes human understanding? Because people begin to wonder, what keeps this man calm? What kind of peace is he having, that even in the midst of the storm, he is still calm and settled? Because you know your value, you know your uniqueness, and you know that before you take that step, life has gone ahead and already granted you your victory. So you are already calm and you are at peace with yourself. It is the peace that is there as you, uninfluenced by the presence of disease or health, uninfluenced by the state of war and death, or by the state of calm. That peace, that is what grounded in your uniqueness. That is the peace that will grant you lasting peace and grant all of humanity lasting peace. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harold, for such a very, 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 very beautiful and exciting message you've given to us this evening. It has been so amazing. I've sat here trying to, get my pen and paper fully active, writing all my questions, all the things that I've run through you, getting all these things together. And I must confess, I have certainly enjoyed every bit of this presentation that you've given to us. Looking at what you've discussed with us, I am thinking you being able to wake up to the call for lasting peace in itself is just a whole schooling in itself. And I'm just tempted to ask, would it demand someone being able to read and write in order to be able to embark upon this call for lasting peace? Mr. Harold.
Can you come again with the question?
Well, what I said was, I could from your presentation see that you being able to wake up to the call for lasting peace in itself would demand a whole lot of work. I see that as schooling in itself. So I'm just asking, would it demand someone being able to read and write before they are able to embark upon this wake-up call to their lasting peace?
Of course not. No, you don't need to be able to read and write before you can identify and celebrate your uniqueness. It is inborn. So right from birth, that uniqueness is there and is always seeking to express. You don't need the pen or the paper to be able to wake up that uniqueness in order to have lasting peace.
Okay, all right then. I'll give you one last question, and then we can draw the curtain beautifully. But before that, let's read some few comments via the Facebook handle. We have Ricketts Kofi Dakun watching it, and so it is. Okay, thank you very much, Kofi. We have Dorcas Alfosu Budu, our absent host for today, and she is saying, I'm in love with your wisdom. God bless you. Great topic and teacher. That is to say, it's a great topic and a great teacher as well. We have Nana Eko Mensa, who is also watching us. And to all the very ones who are watching via Facebook, kudos. Keep sharing and then keep commenting as well. Now, Ken, the last question before you round up, right?
Okay.
You know, I heard you talk about you don't need any external force or external capacity or what have you to help you to awaken to that inner self of yours, right? Inner peace of yours. And I was here asking myself, you know, you being a driver as well, I know there are times that your car would not start, right? And then when you realize your car would not start, maybe you might just, you know, discover that it is just your battery that is possibly being a problem. So what then you do is you just double up with another battery, external of the car, and then you could see that, hey, you are back on the road. So may I ask, can it be likened to one stepping on this journey to the lasting peace, that they might need some external booster in order to be able to wake up onto this journey?
Indeed, you may need maybe not necessarily an external booster, but you see the caption here is lasting peace. So yes, on your journey towards the realization of that lasting peace, when you meet or when you come to contact with that external booster or whatever energy or whatever is helping you to get that peace, you should not make that booster your God that is going to give you that lasting peace. Because in the same way on your journey, when you started the journey, that booster was not there. As you met the booster, on your way to the journey, that booster will also not be there again. What happens next? Does it mean that the whole journey from the beginning to that point is a waste of time because the booster is not there? So you see, the reason why lasting peace is dependent on your uniqueness is that your uniqueness does not take away in the midst of any challenge whatsoever you meet. You should bear in mind that you're on a journey, so you will come up with or you will face several challenges. So if your peace is dependent on the external boosters or the externalities you meet on your journey towards achieving that lasting peace, what happens when that externality is taken away? Because that externality is just there to support you. But if your peace is grounded on your uniqueness, that is there with you forever and ever, eternally, then when the externalities come, yes, it boosts you. When it leaves, you are still moving on the journey because you know that your peace is not shaking. Your peace is dependent on something that is immortal. That is your uniqueness. Your uniqueness is immortal. That which you came with is that which you will die with. Whatever you meet along the way is just to support you. But what you came with, which is your uniqueness, which is what you will die with, it is the best and the most sensible thing to do to ground your peace on that which you came with, which is immortal.
Thank you very much, Ken. I think this is one hell of a smartest answer to give. That is to say, irrespective of the fact that you have gotten an external booster to get you running, that external booster can never be more important than the car itself. that external booster cannot be super important than the car itself. Thank you very much for that. And then to the very ones who are using Jesus as their boosters, remember, Jesus is only a booster, okay? Thank you very much, Ken. And I'll let you round up beautifully with your last words and what you give to us, especially in these moments of coronavirus, before we round up. Over to you, Ken.
Okay. So let us wake up to this call for lasting peace. The peace that we have within our souls is what will usher us into a whole world of peace. After all, that is what the world needs now. That is what humanity needs now. Humanity is in dire need of lasting peace. Peace that what? Peace that is what? Compelling fear to what? Subdue. Peace that is compelling uncertainties to subdue. Let us wake up to the call for lasting peace. Let us wake up to the full realization and manifestation of our uniqueness. So that even when the whole world is going haywire and people are uncertain, countries are closing and shutting down, we still stand tall, knowing that we are what? Manifesting and expressing that image good, that which we came to this world with. After all, that which we came to this world with is that which we will die with. Nothing more, nothing less. And whatever that happens to you in this period, be sure and be certain that you are living in your uniqueness and you are living and having that inner peace that is going to exude and touch all of humanity. I know and I trust that even in this time of this period of this coronavirus, like I said in the beginning, let us all keep to the safety protocol, keep to the social distancing protocols, always wash our hands and our soap and our water with soap, keep our hands sanitizer close by, and just keep a positive vibe. It is only having a positive vibe in this period that will make this whole period to what? To bring out its uniqueness. After all, this period also has its uniqueness, seeking to what? Bend its. Let us give it that chance. And let us have a good time in this time. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you. And thank you very much as well. I hope we're coming again on Thursday, right?
Yes, someone else will be coming to take over.
You see, you have already whet the appetite of most of the ladies. One of them is saying, "Oh, I love you," practically. You've already whet the appetite of some of these wonderful ladies, and then you are handing over to another person to come in on Thursday. Well, I don't know how the ladies will take it, but prepare to come back quickly for they love your personality and they love the wisdom that runs through you. Thank you very much once again, Mr. Harold, for your time with us today, and we hope to cross paths very soon. Enjoy your evening and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Father, Mother God, lift my vision beyond duality and seeming opposites to that sacred vision of your one and indivisible self. O God, grant me the blessed vision that sees only your divine presence in and through all of life. You are the only power without opposite. There is nothing else besides you. You encompass the earth, the solar and other starry systems and galaxies. You alone are God. To you I surrender always, and from you I draw my power. So now, my spirit rises with the spirit of life, and the sound of my voice echoes in the hearts of all men.